Our story begins in the capital of the Antares Empire, Reifenheim. We see a massive, bizarre dragon roaring loudly. Many knights are being trampled by this dragon, and it's not alone. Other creatures are completely destroying the capital of the kingdom. We spot a blonde man on horseback, clad in heavy armor. I'm not sure if he's the king, but he's already lost around 2 million troops to the evil beast that was summoned. The high-scale magic and the summoning of this creature killed 200,000 people and left 300,000 injured. However, this also marks the end of the Demon King who destroyed our kingdom and plunged this world into evil. The cursed Demon King will be purged by our true warriors, all thanks to Lord Majesty. Yes, he really is the king. Meanwhile, in the great castle of the Demon King in the heart of Garak, we find ourselves in the Temple of Abyss, where our hero, Alex von Hallen, stands. Your cursed acts end now, demon, he says, and he is not alone. He has his troop with him. It's time for you to return to the darkness. Evil King, Demon King Reifenhart. We see that he is the Emperor of Antares, the city that was being destroyed. Reifenhart Wall Antares, cursed Demon King, I will destroy you and put an end to this story of the Dark Empire, says the guiding star of the sword. Cyrus, isn't this a bit unfair, responds Reifenhart. I built this empire with such difficulty, and why are you dismissing the name Antares, which is so cool, and calling it the Dark Empire? The sun also shines and the moon also rises in this place, just like everywhere else. Is the Dark Empire creating beasts? If you are against the cursed nature of monsters, you should leave as well. The Shadow Emperor thinks, diabolical nature, that's nonsense. They were like this before I met them. All I did was teach them human tactics. The demons suffered much more loss on their side, and these humans now think they were corrupted by the tactics. To begin with, it's all the humans' fault. Ask the warriors. All my 4 divine kings fell. Yes, that damned orc couldn't withstand my sword. Are you telling me that the great warrior Tathid is dead? Even though orcs seem wild, they actually live hunting and gathering. They are an innocent tribe that doesn't even know the meaning of betrayal. They protect the weak and fight the strong, and these humans treat them like monsters. It's true that they don't bathe much, but I don't think that's a reason. The 4 divine kings, that ugly monster troll, paid for his sins. Even my poor Gerd Athelker returned to the embrace of the earth. Trolls can be scary, but calling them ugly creatures isn't fair. They are a tribe very grateful to nature. Even that evil dwarf who served the god of shadows returned to his natural flow of life. Who is saying this is Saint Ellen? Oh, poor Emlyn. Ever since Dwarf, the god of dwarves, became a god of darkness, this arrogance and religious intolerance began. Even that corrupt dark elf was sent to the underworld. She couldn't compete with my magic, says Jade Archlight, the mage of light. The emperor becomes very irritated. Even you, do you really want to die? Finally showing your true face. Huh, Demon King, that corrupt elf was already swallowed by the shadows. There's no room for sympathy here. Dark elf. Her skin was only a little darker because she had to walk under the sun for too long. After the damned humans cut down her forest. Just because she has tan skin, a pure-blooded elf was treated as a dark elf. Give me a break. I will appease the souls of the dead with my sword. It seems that words don't work with you. For them, other tribes that aren't human are just beings that escaped slavery. These evil guys need to be killed. In that case, I will become the Demon King you wish for me to be. Reifenhart uses a spell that raises all the heroes at once. My name is Reifenhart Wall Antares. I was just an ordinary archmage, like all the others. Being an archmage is not easy, but let's understand. Humans can't see other races as intelligent beings. Elves are treated as long-living and beautiful servants. Dwarves are quick mining slaves. Orcs are just brutes. And trolls die to become potion ingredients. Each of these races that humans see as slaves has pride and self-respect. Imagine how shocked Reifenhart Wall Antares was to learn it wasn't like that. He got to know the other species, learned their cultures and the elemental magic of elves and trolls. Combining them, he was the first person in history to create 10 magical summoning circles at the same time. Even so, he remained friendly with the other races because he wasn't like the other humans who only wanted to exploit. He could no longer see that happening and began to rescue the races seen as slaves. As his territory grew, it became increasingly difficult to hide from humans. So, humans started sending their soldiers with spears and swords against the empire, continuously invading, crushing, and killing the other races. Reifenhart Wall Antares explains that he only attacked because he was attacked, but ended up conquering some surrounding lands. That's how the Antares Empire was born. In the end, he created a nation just for the other races, but he didn't hate humans. He believed that intelligence was equal for all races. He didn't retaliate against the humans, and this was the result. Even though the other races just wanted to live a good life together, of course, humans had to say that it was a malicious corruption. Since the armed forces of Antares were created, goblins and orcs have been increasingly looked down upon. But they killed my own people, my comrades. This makes no sense at all. As a king, I have the duty to protect my country. country. If there's a law that says you can kill me, I will remove that law and make a new one. The first to act is Alex. You might have earned your title as a hero by being good with a sword and magic, but in reality, you failed at both. They even called you versatile. But in truth, you're just a jerk in heroic tales. The warrior is always the one who survives in the end, but in reality, the one who focuses on one thing is the one who survives. What remains now is the one with the most resilient and strong body, the king of fists, Tesla. The others made it here somehow, but Tesla is different. He charges at the emperor and punches the ground, demolishing everything. This guy has really only dug a hole in his life. It's not going to be easy. We see that even the wall of the tower where the emperor was is broken, and the emperor jumps across the castle rooftops. But Teslon doesn't let up. Reifenhart tries to protect himself with magic, but Teslon goes all in. This will be our victory, Demon King Reifenhart. So, he's saying that other races must live as slaves because that's their true nature. I won't accept that. I can't give up. I'll use the Eye of Space-Time, an artifact with such powerful magic that even a 10th magic circle can't decipher it. What are you trying to do, demon? A spell to turn back time and space, which completely alters the user's time and even shakes the domains of God. Stop me if you can. King of Fist Teslon. I can't die here. Not like this. In the final moment, Teslon manages to punch the artifact, but it was too late, as the spell had already been cast, and both disappear in a sphere of light. In the next scene, we see a beautiful morning with birds singing and a small woodcutter's cottage in the middle of the forest. The curtains sway, and the sun streams through the window. This warmth is so comforting. I'm still alive. Did it work? My spell worked. That spell to turn back space-time worked without me deciphering it. It seems I really am a genius. I didn't think it would actually work. But where am I now? I definitely made a temporal jump. How old am I now? Dell finally gets out of bed. I can make someone cry just with the size of this body. But who are you? How many calluses are these on my hands? And this body, so muscular and rigid. A maid should be good only at magic. I need abs like these. I don't know what to say. But in my prime, I used to seduce many women. Even when older, I made some elves cry because they found me so handsome. But what about this goofy face here? When did my face become so sculpted and me so strong? Did something happen with the spell? Did I return in the wrong body? There's still the possibility that I'm not in the past. Did I remain in the same period and just switch bodies? These brown hair, these eyes. If this face were larger and had a beard, it's the king of fist, Tesla. Tesla, you idiot. The sun is already high. Why are you still inside? Says a voice. Well, let's start this day with much happiness. Who are you? It seems like you're seeing me for the first time. I really don't know. Tesla, using the excuse of lost memory again? You should know that doesn't work anymore. D grabs Teslon by the head. Let's train. Wait, training? Judging by my current situation, this seems to be Teslon's master, the strongest martial artist on the continent, the first king of fists, Gerard Krom. Hey, sir, please listen to me first. D places a rope in Reifenhart's mouth. Alright, you're talking too much today. Now let's start training. He already picks up a piece of bamboo. Oh, what is he going to do with that bamboo? And Reifenhart already knows what will happen. He takes the hardest hit of his life with that bamboo to his abdomen, cries and drools from the pain. What is happening? He starts getting frantically beaten with the bamboo. It seems this is how I'm going to die. Meanwhile, his master thinks, he seems a bit soft today. Did he really lose his memory? Probably because our academy is very strict. Our severe, simple, ignorant, and aggressive execution makes short-term memory not an issue. I've lost some memories too. It's no big deal since the solution is very simple. Everything heals in this life, even lost memories. He keeps beating the poor guy. Humans use weapons because they are weak. They depend on weapons and armor because their bodies are weak. What is this old man talking about? What kind of human doesn't use equipment? This is escapism, the dishonesty of someone who can't surpass their own limits. You are a warrior. You need to train and overcome your weaknesses. This is the first time in my life that I've seen such a simple and ignorant incident in my 50 years of life. Humans are like metal. The more they get beaten, the stronger they become. What kind of humans do you know that are made of metal? You are my chosen disciple. Trust me, your body has no limits. You will become steel. The master thinks. Tesla, not everyone becomes strong just by training. Only high-quality iron becomes steel. There's also a quality that can transform your body into something much stronger. He gives another whack with a bamboo to the poor guy's face. Think of the ocean. There's an ocean inside you. Bring it out. Reifenhart remembers the series. Ah, the ocean. I miss it. When the sun is setting, let's stop for today. Take a rest. I didn't die. I was beaten many times and didn't die. Thank you for being hard on me. Thank you so much. And when it's night, wow, these are herbs, flower petals. This is a healing potion. It must cost 10 silver coins each to fill a bathtub with this. I heard the queen used to bathe in milk to take care of her skin, but that's very modest compared to this. Oh, master, what kind of medicine is in this bathtub? It's all you need to relax your muscles miles after training. It felt like my muscles were about to die, but I healed quickly because of my power and this potion here. My body recovers very quickly after injuries, making me much stronger. This training actually has a solid foundation. I've fought Teslan before and know how strong his body is. It must be because he's been doing this since childhood. I definitely went back in time. What happened to me during this time period? Is there a young Reifenhardt out there too? Is it possible for two identical souls to exist in the same timeline? If so, I have two hypotheses. The first is that my future self is inside this body, and the other Reifenhardt is still in this timeline with me. The second hypothesis is that I swapped bodies with Tesla. Are you going to eat all of this, kid? A body that just worked out needs to replenish its nutrients. And there's our protagonist with a full belly, but devouring the meat. Son, how about a walk to digest? We see them climbing a mountain. A light, normal walk? Are you already tired, my disciple, or do we continue our training? I'm not tired, sir. In the next scene, he is hanging from a branch doing sit-ups. How long are we going to continue this brutal training? In the next scene, he is already dead tired in his bed. I reincarnated in Teslan's body. I wonder what influence this will have on the future. If my other soul exists in this timeline, what will happen if the two come into contact? Reifenhardt is getting all battered and going crazy. Each of these souls will follow the world's rules in its own way. In very unfortunate circumstances, one of the souls might risk disappearing. The 10-year-old Reifenhardt, who is living now, will begin his journey as a mage. At this moment, he is completely absorbed in the books of the magic tower of Deepia. Apparently, there's no reason for us to meet, right? But what if Teslan took my body? If that's the case, he will definitely come after me and want to train my body with the unbreakable method. That weak body of mine stands no chance against the Teslan of today. But if I manage to reach the 10th circle, the unbreakable method can't be achieved so easily alone. It needs a very experienced master to guide. No, actually, with the level of strength Teslan has, he can find a way, and I'm already imagining a buff and mage Reifenhardt. Anyway, I need to find a way to escape this hell soon. He finds an opening and bolts. Run, run. I definitely need to get away now. Where are you going, my disciple? This old man is a monster. He's been watching me this whole time, just waiting for me. Considering how well you've been doing in recent months, I thought you might give up. But here you are, trying to escape again. This will be your 9th attempt. To be honest, I'm not Teslan. I'm not from this body. Actually, my name is Reifenhardt. I'm a mage. So that's the theme of your story this time. What do you mean, this time? Last time, you said you were from another world, met a dragon, and talked to God. What? What was the story before that? And the time before that? You said you had reincarnated from Master Miram, who lived in the Huan dynasty, way out east. Well, at least this time your story makes sense. It seems you're improving. But now let's go back home to sleep. Come on. He grabs Reifenhardt by the head and drags him as if he were a sack of cement. That damned old man. I know I said it today, but tomorrow I will definitely succeed. And the next time he tried to escape. Okay, I admit, it didn't work this time, but don't think I'll give up so easily. Next attempt. I already tried all these tricks when I was your age, my disciple. Next time, I understand you. Actually, I've been through what you're going through. He pulls Reifenhardt out of bed and drags him, battered and bruised. I know what you're going through, but if you don't give up, you'll have a great reward in the end. The man who was once known as the Demon King, with his absolute determination, finally gave up on escaping. The training method called the Unbreakable has 130 years of history, and the masters have 130 years of experience with students trying to escape. Without a doubt, it's a very remarkable training method, and there has never been a disciple who managed to escape. Even if I were lucky enough to get away, this man would definitely follow me to the ends of the earth. It's much easier to become so powerful that I earn his approval to leave. And with this overflowing love and hell, 2 years of training passed, and I finally awakened my aura. Congratulations, my disciple. You finally managed to awaken your aura. To think that I awakened my aura before I turned 20. Even the renowned Cyrus only awakened his aura in the last 20 years of his life. Why are you so surprised? This is super normal with our unbreakable method. When you combine your training with a will to survive, you eventually survive because of your willpower, and this strength manifests in your aura. Alright, let's move on to the next step and learn some skills. Finally, I'm going to learn some skills the normal way, he thinks, so I'll probably get out of here soon. What kind of training are we going to do, Master? Duel against me, kid. And we see an explosion from afar. After that, another 3 years passed. Now, in the present day, in the southern kingdom of Basil, right in the middle of a mountain range, we see a waterfall among these mountains. There is our protagonist, right in the middle of the waterfall where it splits. Horn of Calamity. We see an enormous aura emanating from his hand, and he delivers a thunderous punch that practically moves the mountain. It seems level 3 is still my limit. Just a bit more, and I think I can surpass this. The Horn of Calamity is a technique that focuses all the energy in your body into a single focal point. It's named Horn of Calamity because of the appearance the energy takes when it's accumulating. I need to gather energy until I reach level 4. We see that he has already made a huge dent in the mountain. The maximum level the Horn of Calamity can reach is level 9, and it's said that when 9 layers of energy combine, a single punch can sweep away even a god. But as far as I know, Teslan's limit in his past life was level 7. Even Master Gerard only managed to reach level 8. The master said he'd approve my departure when I reach level 4. I bet he's going to have a drink and come back late since it's been a while since he visited the village, right? If it were in the past, I'd use this opportunity to escape, but maybe I should just call it a day of training. He begins to cast a spell. Delphorel, stirring, be the projectile that will strike my enemy. Air shot. He manages to hit the tree, but it only burns it slightly without causing significant damage. This body can't handle much magic, can it? Well, I remember all the magical knowledge from my past life. I don't even know if I can develop my magic with this brainless body of Tesla. While he's thinking, he starts to feel something strange. This presence isn't human, and he sees what appears to be an orc in armor with a sword. Human, pretend you didn't see me. Human doesn't die. And the protagonist thinks, it seems like he's trying to communicate, since I wasn't aggressive towards him, as expected of such a noble race as his. Young orc, are you being pursued? What? How do you speak our language? I once had a blessed encounter with an orc. You're right. I am being pursued. Then maybe I can help you. Do you trust me? By the words of our race, you are like a brother to me. My spirit also feels the sympathy you have for me. But brother, you will also be in danger if you want to help me. The protagonist thinks, wow, he speaks so intelligently. Could he be from a very high lineage? I have skills. Orc, trust me. He begins to cast another spell. Come in, orc. My magic will hide you. You're a mage? It's strange for me to see a mage. Yes, I receive your favor with many thanks. Del hears other people approaching. My god, sir, are you putting yourself in this situation for just a few silver coins? Hey, you there? Did you see an orc pass by here? If you tell us, I'll give you a gold coin. What do you mean a gold coin? Who said I'd actually give it to him? We hear a response. I pretend I never asked anything. I don't know what you're talking about. That's true. These aren't orc footprints. Let's move on. Guys, the protagonist thinks, this novice level spell doesn't erase footprint. This place is my dwelling, and I won't let you in. Are you out of your mind? How dare you, a little nobody, stop us from entering the mountain? You're just a wanderer. Mr. Bright, I don't think he's someone ordinary. There are 10 of us. Don't be so scared. Enough of this nonsense. Get out of my way. In the end, he's just a child. He begins to remember his master's words. Your staffs are a weapon. Many will die just from you swinging them with magic. Don't worry, I won't kill you. The Unbreakable Academy is a martial school that trains its users in unarmed combat. But that doesn't mean they don't have any armed techniques. They all charge at him, thinking he's crazy for pulling out just a staff. But the protagonist smiles and strikes each one with a swift blow. Damn, he took down several at once. Attack him. But the purpose of the weapon techniques in this training isn't exactly for combat. It's a technique used just to beat up your disciple. While he hits everyone, he thinks these guys are pretty bad at fighting for mercenaries. Meanwhile, he's already slapping another one on the head. This technique involves hitting the entire body of the opponent at once, evenly. There's no defensive technique. It's purely offensive. One guy tries to hit the protagonist with a blade, but his sword gets bent. He takes a hard hit to the face. Wow, having a sword doesn't work against me. And this really is a human body I'm in. I know it's my own body, but this is too much. The good thing about the staff technique is that you'll never kill anyone. He continues beating everyone. Even if I break some tendons, some bones, they'll never die from this technique. Everyone falls to the ground, except the guy who seemed to be the leader. You bastard, what's your name? My name? I think you don't really understand what's happening here, do you? Everyone's on the ground. Do you think you'll be the only one standing? No, please, spare me. We're leaving now. Thank you, thank you. Wow, I broke my staff, but it was really fun hitting them. Should I get a disciple just to beat up? Thank you, my savior. I will never forget this day. I will certainly repay the favor you did for me today. It's okay for a warrior to bow his head. Yes, you saved me and opened a new path for me. Now you are my mentor, and when the time comes, I will use my sword to protect you. The protagonist explains that in orc culture, a mentor is like a leader in their life, highly respected. In human terms, it's like a knight serving his lord. May I ask your name? My name is Tesla. No, actually, my name is Reifenhart Wall Anters. Reifenhart Wall Anters. I will never forget that name. I was going to ask where you were headed, but this world is for human, right? Where do you plan to go? These lands are vast. There must be a place for me to rest somewhere. Even if there isn't, I'd rather walk until I die than become a slave. Or, if you go south of these mountains, there seems to be a nameless land, a wild place where you can stay. You can probably get there in half a month of walking. breathtaking. It's called the Land of Challenges. I've heard that the Blue Bear tribe lives there. I should go there. Farewell, my friend. Wait, but before you go, what's your name? I am the son of Crota, the owner of the Axe of Lart. I am Taffet. That guy was Taffet, the great orc general and warrior, one of the 4 celestial kings. He was the chief of the Blue Bear tribe for a long time and only earned that position because of his power. It seems Teslan met Taffet. Considering his personality, I don't think he helped. Yes, it seems fate has intertwined here. What a funny fate. He feels very happy about this, remembering his old kingdom and the 4 divine kings who stood by his side. We will meet again someday. After a very strange encounter with Taffet, half a year passed. Take this, disciple. Great explosion of K. Ah, master, don't you think that was a bit too much? Spiral guard. Very good. Your spiral guard has reached its peak. It seems like yesterday when you said you were someone named Reifenhart, not Tesla. I think it was brain damage from being beaten so much, because you're talking about something that happened years ago. Master, I've been teaching you for 10 long years, and in that time, you've improved a lot. But why are you still so short? Huh? What do you mean short? I'm 1.90 meters tall. No, not that. A disciple of the Unbreakable Academy should be at least 2 meters tall. Are you still using the breathing techniques I taught you? I think it's just a problem with my body. Master, the protagonist thinks. Don't worry. The Teslan I knew was 2.3 meters tall. This old man is crazy. He wants me to grow even taller. Of course, I'm not using those breathing techniques he taught me. I don't want to turn into a monster. Well, I suppose if you're not tall, but you're resilient, that'll do. Now, show me the results of your training. Begin. He immediately leaps high into the air. Horn of Calamity. He aims for the ground again to deliver this level 4 punch. He hits the ground with full force, and since it was on a glacier, everything goes flying. Water, ice, rocks. It causes a massive explosion that even looks beautiful. Meanwhile, the master watches from the cliff. Splendid, splendid. Now you won't be defeated so easily. I did it. I managed to do the level 4 Horn of Calamity. Now it seems you're ready to go out into the world. You've done well, my disciple Reifenhart. Live as you wish. I don't care if you're good or evil. Live the way you want. These are the fruits of the training you've done so far. The first King of Fists told me to keep 3 things in mind. Gain all the fortune you want, but don't take what's not yours. But you said it's okay if I become evil, right? I'm saying that if you're going to be evil, at least be evil with dignity. You should have some style, right? Second, try to walk with those who have been treated unjustly. Because what is life without praise, right? So, I need to walk with those who have been treated unjustly, not the weak. The weak aren't always treated unjustly. In the first place, this world is full of people weaker than you. What will change if you differentiate each weakness? And third, and most importantly, you must never let the lineage of the Unbreakable Academy die out. You need to find a disciple who is good enough and pass on your techniques. Do you understand? Yes, master. I will keep that in mind. Good. It's hard to find a child with potential, so you don't have to always keep this in mind. But if you find one, don't let them slip away, okay? He tosses a bag to the protagonist. There are some coins in there and some clothes for your journey. 30 silver coins. Look at that. Weren't you a magnate in the kingdom? With a mansion that big, you could have thrown in a few more coins for me, right? In our discipline, we have a bit of sympathy for our apprentices, but times have changed. In my day, it was only 25 coins. I've also prepared a special gift for you. I'm giving you a map, and what's marked on it will surprise you. If you have any business nearby, try to visit that place. Finally, the protagonist puts on his clothes and sets off. Can I really leave here now? I'm finally free of this place. He sees a huge pillar on the mountain. Go on, my disciple. Don't be sad about our farewell. Be firm and run without looking back, for you are the successor of the best teacher in the world. Meanwhile, in the kingdom's city, it's dangerous. Chief, even if they're nobles, I need to say this. What is it? Village chief, I'd like you knights to pay for the food you've eaten so far. The knight thinks, ah, you really have no sense of honor, do you? This should be enough for the payment. He tosses a gold coin. He must be impressed to see a gold coin for the first time. Ah, sir, this isn't enough. What? You idiot. Do you think I don't know the price just because I'm a noble? How dare you insult a knight? He punches the old man in the face. Knights, these men are more like bandits. They didn't just take our shelters, but also our food. And now they're giving us a gold coin. He doesn't consider anything, neither the workers nor the transport. What's happening here, Sir Edward? It's nothing. Young Master Stefan, truly a wicked man, isn't he? That's why you should never show mercy to peasants like this. They never know their place. In the next scene, our protagonist is reminiscing about the warm moments he had with Cirrus. Why do you keep caressing me? Oh, I just want to. What's so good about a skinny body like this? Your body is sculpted and precise, like a very well-sharpened weapon. That's how I looked before, but now I look more like an ultra weapon. A giant golem made of stone. Sorry, Cirrus, but this is my body now. At least I'm taller. I think at this point in time, Cirrus Taurus should be about 70 in human years, which would be around 17. He explains that he is in Krom, a city in the south of the kingdom of Vasily. He mentions that she will be sold next year and will likely be at the Shatton auction. What do I do? Should I destroy the entire auction and free her? No. If I do something so reckless, it will be very hard to regain my magical powers. I guess I'll handle it with money. The price of an elf slave is very high, and I'm short on cash right now, but it's okay. I have a powerful body and even more powerful techniques, and I also have memories of the future. Now that I think about it, I heard there are some ancient ruins along the way. Then we switch back to that obnoxious knight. Todd, have you still not found the location of the ruins? Just a moment longer. Sir, Todd is a mage specializing in archaeology and part of the magic tower of Deepia, where our protagonist studied in his past life. His name is Todd. It should be around here, right? Yes, sir. Where the renowned swordsman is buried. Our dear Claude Von. It's been 3 days since I left Krom. I'm heading north through the Hatton Mountains, right along the main road. Wow, I have so much energy and barely feel the cold. This body is insane. I heard that martial arts masters walk around in winter without any clothes. On second thought, I don't think I want to do that. He thinks about his new ability called artificial flashback, a secret technique that allows him to recall memories from any moment in his brain quickly. This is how he remembered the ancient ruins before going back in time. There was a mage in the Tower of Delphia named Todd who told him that in the past he had explored the ruins. I also visited them in my past life and found the true treasure that Todd's group left behind. I sold it for over 2,000 gold coins. I've reached Cattle Village. That's all I remember. In the village, some people are talking about a place called the Valley of Death. It seems they have something very important to do there, but no one wants to go because it's very dangerous. No guild member has arrived so far, but one guy volunteered, saying he knows these mountains better than anyone in the village. His family is very worried, but the rest of the people encourage him to go because no one else wants to. The guy thinks, maybe I don't want to go that much anymore. Our protagonist punches his face against the window glass. If you don't want to go, I can go in your place. Who are you? Oh, calm down, calm down. I'm just passing by and overheard your conversation. The guy thinks, passing by? Who just happens to pass through someone's property? Do you know the area? Ah, very well, actually. And you still want to go? It happens that I've already been there. You may not know, but no one has ever returned alive from the Valley of Death. Do you really still want to go? I'm telling you I will. Man, relax. The protagonist thinks. You should be grateful I'm saving your life. The Valley of Death, as this dungeon is called, is a remnant of the Silver Age, a long forgotten period. 50 years ago, there was a warrior named Claude. At 45, he managed to awaken his aura and went on all sorts of adventures. The tales of his adventures spread throughout the kingdom of Vasily, but fame breeds arrogance. Claude went to the Valley of Death with only a servant and died. The problem is that his demon sword, called Aeon, was also lost there. The demon sword Aeon is the symbol of the Elon family and has been passed down through generations. The family has been striving to recover the sword for all these 50 years. We discovered that the full name of that knight was Stefan von Rapanto Altian. The protagonist thinks maybe he's Claude's grandson. Master, you are so elegant, even without a horse, as expected of a first-rate knight. I feel better hearing that. Lelsha, an elf assassin, is beside him. They will definitely have fun. There's only one saint in the group. What's her name? Scylla. She looks young. Can she really use divine spells? Wait, he's a man. How is he a man? Maybe I should try talking to Todd too. But they're so engrossed in the conversation that I don't want to interrupt. But this atmosphere is strange. Could it be? So he is? No, he's a good guy. No way. You made the right choice. Traveler, you're talking about choosing the path of glory? Actually, it's not very advantageous for me, isn't it? But the village was too scared to take the job, and it's a blessing they are scared. How can they be so scared when the brave knights of the kingdom are accompanying them? Ah, damn knights. There's no knight in this world without an inflated ego. It's impressive. When you become a knight, you automatically become narcissistic. Right. Suddenly, we hear a very loud scream coming from the forest. Several things start flying, and we see they are creatures. When they spread their wings, it's clear they're harpies. They're going to attack the group. It's an ambush. Everyone, form up. The harpy goes all out on the group's leader, but it's the elf who protects him. How dare you? Disgusting monsters. Attack us. Knights of Elon, attack. Todd uses his fire magic and burns several harpies at once. The other, who is a priest, uses his spell to aid the other knights. Not bad, huh? Especially Stefan. The kid is better than I expected, from a mage's perspective, of course, because from a martial artist's view, he's pitiful. Meanwhile, we see a group of traveling orcs also being attacked by the harpies. Just as they are about to be attacked, the leading harpy takes a punch to the head and disintegrates. Poor thing. Still, no one is paying attention to me.